To base our search for truth on the desire for pleasure is inappropriate. The pursuit of comfort is a completely different pursuit than the pursuit of truth. The bliss that comes about with enlightenment is a result of freedom, not attainment. When we are free of suffering, it's not because we're experiencing positive emotions. Even after enlightenment, both positive and negative emotions will continue as we engage in the world of self and social survival. The trick is being able to be happy with either. The reason we are not afraid or angry or happy or sad, up or down, is because we are nothing. There is as if no room for such relative activities here. This doesn't mean, as a person, we abide in some other world that is without emotion. It is the same world, but we have a different relationship to it. Being an invented conceptual activity, emotion has no substance and arises solely to serve a particular purpose. It isn't inherently real. It is something we do, not something that is. When we can experience the real nature of emotion, we're able to observe, understand, and perhaps use them, but without being trapped within them. Being without emotional reactivity doesn't demand that we forsake feeling altogether or lack empathy. Even after realizing our true nature, our already developed skills of feeling sensitivity and our understanding of empathy are still available to us when relating to others. Yet this can be done without any emotional reactivity. Because our nature doesn't exist in any way, we can't manifest as anything except what we experience as ourselves. As a person with emotions and thinking and all sorts of experience, we're still conscious that we aren't any of what we experience, and yet we're not found elsewhere. Instead, our relationship to emotions becomes one of being responsible for creating them. It appears that the biggest difference in our emotions comes about when we truly experience that they are of our own making. If in the mind we want to generate negative emotions, then it is something we want to do for some reason. So why not enjoy doing it? You're getting what you want. Enjoy suffering. See, because if you're suffering, you want to suffer. You want it. So go ahead. Embrace it. You're getting what you want. Of course, it does tend to change the suffering. So if you don't want to fuck up a good suffering, then you don't want to do that. Being the creator of emotion, we can generate them or not, putting us in the driver's seat, so to speak. Yet we really have to experience not only that we are making the emotion, but be conscious of doing so in the very moments that we are doing it. Catching ourselves in the act from time to time or in retrospect may validate the assertion that we need to move into the very place of generating them as and every time we do. That requires a very different relationship to how we hold being a person. Can you imagine such a difference? Normally, our emotions are generated from a self-relating incoming perceptive data, both objective and subjective, to our overall well-being or survival. This is a mechanical process that doesn't require any real consciousness. Imagine being conscious of the whole process as it unfolds. And instead of letting it crank away automatically, you eliminate what may be dysfunctional or unnecessary and consciously steer both interpretation and emotional processes to serve a newly created purpose. Try to at least imagine what might change in your experience And once again, you're making it up. I didn't tell you what to do here. You know, you would decide. You could also bypass the mechanism and simply create feeling states from nothing, either to serve a social interaction or to generate an internal state toward accomplishing some end, or just to do it. At this point, you may also be able to transcend emotional states altogether and just abide in an open bliss that is more about freedom than about feeling.